Hello everyone, my name is Russell Wright from themezoom.com, and this is another ThemeZoom certification video called Unmapping the Web. We do have ThemeZoom certification available 2010. Please visit our website www.themezoom.com to reserve your seat. When I say unmapping the web, what we're actually talking about is the future of the future. In the next couple of videos, I'm going to show you the future of the future as laid out by myself and ThemeZoom architect Sue Bell. We're actually going to show you the history of data portability, which is the lower half of this inverted system or funnel, hourglass funnel. And in Unmapping the Web, we're going to show you where we've been in terms of data portability and where we're going, the fork in the road based on some of the most powerful thinkers and most well-known futurists. I'm actually going to give you my opinion on where we're going as a technologist, and what Sue Bell and I have discussed the future of the environments, which you will continue to be providing services and products and insights to hopefully a hungry crowd. For those of you who understand what I'm about to show you, specifically in the hourglass model of unmapping the web, you will not only survive but will thrive in the upcoming changes and transfer of wealth from the west to the east. Rather than living in a place of fear, which a lot of the market is doing right now, you'll be able to move into a place of innovation, novelty, and newness. You'll be able to offer innovative solutions, just like Dr. Gregory Burns in one of my favorite books, Iconoclast, proposes. You'll be able to turn down the fear factor and turn up the creation factor and create millions of dollars in the transition from new economy, old economy to new economy. Let's start with data portability. I'll go through these things quickly. Data portability is quite simple. Even Raymond Kurzweil and Jerome Lanier both talk about the speed with which our ability to transport and share data started from the non-digital file folders, books, and everything else, moved up from the old mainframe, moved up from that system to old mainframe dinosaurs that used to take up 5 and 10 stories in a building. Ray Kurzweil actually talks about how it took an entire building, some of the first systems that they were working on, and that same technology exists right here in our iPhone. And he brings up the point of thousands of percentages of decreases in the cost to the data storage of the technologies that we carry around. We used to have to map our bodies to those old mainframe technologies, back from the dinosaur mainframes that were the size of whole buildings to as they began to get smaller, you still had to go map your body, show up in the physical space. You were tied to those technologies. Then we moved to the desktop home PC, where the revolution occurred. Suddenly there was this dream of home business opportunity, actually probably started to come up at the time where the desktop revolution happened, where not only did you not have to map yourself to a giant mainframe in a corporate office, you could also buy one of these little suckers and take them home. I still remember the first desktop computer that my family purchased Christmas of 1980 something. Didn't even have a data processor on it or a Word type software. It only had a game called King's Quest. Everything was in BASIC and everything was very remedial, and yet this was in the post-Pong era, and we thought we were in paradise. Desktop home PCs got more complicated. People started to do more and more things. Windows, all of these other things came out, and eventually we found the home business opportunity revolution began to catch fire, because people started to have this desire to break free from mapping their body to a corporate cubicle and extend their umbilical cord to the home office. After the home office, the laptop revolution came out that extended our umbilical cord a little bit more, even out of the home office. We could take a laptop and stretch to third-party business meeting spaces, and Starbucks became very popular, and it was easy, even if you were still working at a corporate office, to just put all of your data on your laptop, and made vacations easier. The data portability was there. Everything was contained in one place, and this was part of unmapping our body from the mainframe gigantic systems that trapped us in a hierarchical system of information and knowledge workers. After the laptop, we have the iPhone. Meanwhile, keep in mind that all of this stuff All these computer levels that were being built, all the degrees of size, data compression, and data portability. Parallel with all that was the development of the internet, and finally the development of the web. The internet was the system that allowed many-to-many communication and ultimately gave rise to all kinds of innovations, the web being one of them. When the iPhone came out, it's been called by Chris Anderson, author of The Long Tail, in his recent article in Wired magazine, the web is dead. Okay, let's look at a little bit of what we mean when we say the web is dead. It means that with the advent of the iPhone, applications such as my Facebook application, for example, or anything else, I'm able to access my favorite website without ever going to the web of connections required when you open a browser to click a few times, go to Google, type in facebook.com, click on Facebook, and maybe by 3 or 4 connected links you end up on Facebook and log in. Well, the Facebook applications are little tiny windows into isolated attention economies that literally have you as a captive audience. As an innovator and a business person, you need to understand the implications and ramifications of the web being dead, meaning I don't have to get on the web in order to access the internet. Another example of that is your Skype communication software in your desktop. When you talk to somebody on Skype, you're communicating with them through the internet, but you're not using the web to do so. In fact, you never even open a browser. So when you think web, think browser opening and clicking around to the web of associated connections. When you think internet, think the web is dead with iPhones, meaning a huge portion of captive audiences, at least with people with iPhones and maybe some Blackberries, and are going directly to these attention economies. Directly, Facebook has me captured through one little window portal without me ever having the freedom to log into my browser. There's an upside to that and a downside to that. And there's some very scary things with business about it, and there's some very positive things with business about it. If you understand about iPhone marketing and technology marketing, you're going to be fine. Part of the reason that we're going over this chart is to show you how the web died and what it really means to you. Okay? The Sixth Sense technology is coming soon. If you visit TED.com and type in Sixth Sense technology, or if you go ahead and just look at the video below this one, if you're on our blog page at theme-zoom.com, you'll be able to see the introduction of the new Sixth Sense technology, which is where this whole body mapping or unmapping the web system turns inside out and begins to go more vertical. The Sixth Sense technology is a device that you literally hang around your neck, or you put it in front of your body, and it will project onto any flat surface, white flat surface or any colored surface, a projection of your desktop. And instead of a mouse, what you have is these little thumb covers, little finger coverlets that act as a mouse. And you simply, just like the Minority Report with Tom Cruise, that sci-fi, you're just moving things around on your screen, whether you're using the web, whether you're using your isolated mini applications like your Facebook app, whatever it is you're using, you're just moving it around. And he actually demonstrates on TED, if you want to take a picture of somebody, just hold your little finger covers up in the shape of a photograph, just like a mime, and go like that, takes a picture, and you've got your image. Or you can widen your image based on that. This is the end of the web and, in some ways, the end of the internet as we know it, where we have completely unmapped our body from technological compression, and size and compression has actually come to this singularity point, flipped inside out, and we begin to project out of our body, the internet. Okay, now that's the end of video 1. I want you to understand that this sixth technology is not a theory. It's coming to market in 2 years. And it changes the way that our body and our brain work, because the recent science of body mapping has shown that your brain includes any technology into it. Your body, literally the brain and the neuronal system of a sense of self expands to include any technology that you're engaged with. So I'm holding this iPhone. My neuronal map has actually expanded to include this system, include this technology as part of my hand. If you're driving in a car, they've shown this in a laboratory, that your body literally expands to include the entire metal casing and the wheels and everything, the bumpers, as part of an extension of your body. This is how you know when you're traveling in space and time that your car is a part of you. It allows you to make a turn with the right judgment without hitting the curb. or this is your whole spatial sense of self. This is called body mapping. So unmapping our systems of mapping our systems to computers where we're crunched over and literally including in that computer. Those limitations may have been there in the past, but we're moving to the point where we'll project them out of us. And a lot of theoretical futurists and evolutionary biologists are talking about how we will now, in 2012 and beyond, begin to move to integrate that machinery into our body, which is very controversial, and it's already starting to happen. We're going to talk about what some of these things mean to your business when we come back, and what kind of landscapes and environments you need to be thinking about communicating your business to the rest of the world in these spaces. We'll see you in just a moment on the next video.